Hello Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy with you. Quick intro, because this is a long video. It's a full ship tour of Carnival Celebration, which we were just on. It's Christmas, so I'm wearing a Christmas suit. But it's a long video, so I'm going to get straight into it. Just a quick note, if you've been on Mardi Gras, it's very similar obviously to the Mardi Gras. The major difference is on deck 6, but check it out, Carnival Celebration. Let's get right into it, everybody. All right, before I get to the main tour, I'm going to show you a couple of small things. Camp Ocean, this is on deck 4 midship. There's not much else around it, so I couldn't really do a full video. And also deck 4 towards the front is the family Harbour Lounge. The deck 4 is the family deck, as it were, mostly. So they are both there. And also the chef's table is now on deck 5 in its own special room. Used to be in Carnival Kitchen, now it's on deck 5. But you will meet in the main lobby, the center stage bar, to go down for that if you do it. Anyways, I digress. We are now in the Festivale Restaurant. This is for the your time dining. Much larger than the other one, and in my opinion, much cleaner and nicer. But so many more people want to do your time these days than the set dining times. I think it may be a thing of the past soon. Just a feeling. I don't know. But so many more people do the your time for the flexibility. There's the main reception desk. And to the right, that door there is a conference room. If you have groups and you had a meeting or anything. I will say I only ate in the restaurant twice on 8 days, because in the main dining room, that is, because so many great restaurants around the ship. So that's the Festivale. And we are coming into the gateway right now, which is the main difference between this ship and the Mardi Gras. The Carnival Kitchen is there. That is in the same place. They used to do the chef's table in there, but now, like I said, they got their own room on deck 5. Stairs going up and down. Be careful, they can be a little bit slippery. And we're coming into Emerills. On the left, there is a really cool screen, interactive screen. You can track ships and stuff. It was off at this time when I went through, so I couldn't really do a video of it. But check it out when you're there. But Emerills Bistro, and you'll notice if you're on the Mardi Gras, it's on the opposite side. But great breakfast, especially in there, and great food at a reasonable price. Definitely recommend you check out Emerills Bistro. And this is the Latitudes Bar. Again, opposite side. That's where the musician plays right there. But the bar used to be there on the Mardi Gras, or is there on the Mardi Gras, and now it's there. And the musician on the Mardi Gras used to play behind that tree is. Be aware where the restrooms are. There's one on the right there. They are not the easiest to find sometimes on this ship, especially ones that are easy to use. You'll find that out as you go through. But here are some shops. So we're going to go up here and double back because there's quite a few different things to show you on deck 6. Hip fish. If you look straight ahead, when we come around this corner here, you're going to see the center stage, which we'll come back around to in a second, where they do a lot of their shows and the bingo and all that good stuff. But we're going to come around here for now, because there's more stuff to show you. That car, who knows what ship that was on? We'll get around to it when I get back around, and I will tell you if you don't know. But it was on a Carnival ship. There's the elevators. So we're going to come around here now. And you'll see on the wall, they've got some really cool portholes covering some of the history of Carnival. Really worth stopping by and checking this out. Quite interesting. And they have Celebration painted on the wall. A few more tables and chairs there. But now we're coming into the Carnival Restaurant. This is the set dining time, the early and late. And you'll see this restaurant is much smaller. It's only on 1 level. Whereas the Festivale for the your time dining is on 2 levels. Just an indication of where dining is going these days. Whether you like it or not. They do a few events in here. I know there was a towel folding class in here. I know, because I had to go because Julie wanted to go. Anyway, whoa, fun time we had. And you notice there's some little gold discs in the floor. Check those out. There's little notes on those on the floor that are really interesting, facts and figures. And you'll see more portholes on the right. Celebration written all the way down the wall. And there is a nice 3D model of the Carnival Celebration. On the left here, we have the Jubilee Bar. One big thing you notice from the Mardi Gras is, well, apart from the musicians being on the opposite side, there was a really kind of slippery step that went down from the bar to the main deck. That is gone. So no more people slipping. I saw at least 3 people fall on the Mardi Gras, so they got rid of that. That's just a little gingerbread model they had for Christmas that won't be there. Now that car was on the Ecstasy. Here we have the ATM and the change machine. The change machine, the white one, also you can check your portfolio on there, your bill. But you can also do that on your hub. But that machine is really good for changing bills down to 20s, 10s, 5s, and so on. 5 is the lowest you can go. But on the left there, we have the cherry on top. And on the right, as you just saw with the main center stage area, but we'll come back to that in a second because here is the Java Blue coffee shop. Some waters and juices and stuff you can get there. This is a grab and go section where you can get all these foods here for free. These are like mainly cereals and stuff like that. But there's a really cool thing I'm going to show you in a second as well. So this is where you'll go for your coffee. Not much of a line because it was really early in the morning when I did this. The things I do for you. After a day of cheers, 6:30 in the morning. But check out these pastries and sandwiches. They're really cool and they're free that you can get. I had these sandwiches at least 3 times over the week. They are great. There's some really, really cool stuff there. Not many people know about it. There's your drinks area for coffee and stuff there. Now we're going to come back into the main center stage area. Like I said, they do a lot of shows here at night. This is where they'll have the bingo and all sorts. They do the morning talk show with the cruise director. Yeah, there's the center stage bar. If you want to get seats, get here early though. What happens a lot of the time I notice, people will come and just sit there the whole time. So not the easiest place to get seats, I can tell you that. Bingo tends to drop over into the area where that free food was I was showing you. People all over the place. But we're just going to come down the back. Again, we're still on deck 6. On the right-hand side, a couple more restrooms, good ones. There's the Punchline Comedy Club. So no, if you're in there and you need to go, that's where you go. We're going to pop over here real quick. Oh, there's the ship's coin, by the way. Make sure you get a picture of that. And on the right-hand side here, we're just cutting back briefly because I want to show you the piano bar, which is in here. It's a reasonable sized piano bar. On the Mardi Gras, it was always packed. You could never get a seat. On this one, it was actually, you could get a seat most nights. I never saw it nearly as crowded. In fact, the whole ship, I never saw nearly as crowded as the Mardi Gras. I don't know why it was the same number of people on board. But for whatever reason, this time it just seemed less crowded. And I'm going to take you into the Punchline Comedy Club. What they're doing now to make this less crowded, because it was a nightmare before, they're having the comedians repeat their shows. Oh, they're all different, but it's the same show, but they'll do them differently. So a lot of people will go and watch the repeat shows, even though it's basically the same. But it means you've got more chance of getting a seat because most people don't want to see the quote-unquote same show that's not the same 2 and 3 times in a night. But get there at least 20 minutes early if you want to get a seat, though, still, even then. That's the Punchline Comedy Club. I wish they had smaller seats. They got the big bucket seats, but, you know, it is what it is. What you going to do? I spend most of my time in there, actually. Big comedy club fan. We've got some great comedians on the week I was on. Whoop, whoop. CJ Jones, Billy D, some great comedians. Here's the gym and the spa. The 6 to 10, the gym was open, which is kind of rare. Most ships are opening a bit later now, but we're taking a quick walk around the gym. I did go in here before you start. I certainly wasn't doing pull-ups like that. I am not that strong. That was about my pace of walking right there. So just a brief look in the gym. Was never overcrowded when I was in there. There was always machines available. And directly opposite the gym, we have the spa, which also goes down to deck 5. But that's the main entrance into the spa here. Again, we're at the front of deck 6 now. And down here, we are going to show you the main Carnival Theatre. It's called the Spectrum Theatre. They do a good amount of stuff in here. The center stage productions is a bit more fancy. So they did like Family Feud After Dark in here one night. I think they did the main Family Feud on the center stage. I know they did the Let's Make a Deal on the center stage. But they do a lot of stuff. They do a comedy showcase in here a couple of times a week, which is really cool. So there's a good few things that happen in here. So we're just going to come down here and show you the theater. Nice large theater. And then we're going to head up to deck 7 and we're going to walk back down deck 7. Told you it was going to be a long one. Oh, 10 minutes in almost and we're only on one deck. Woo! I told you to buckle up. There's the sound area. And we'll just look back. And there's the stage. So we're just going to come up here and we're going to come out into the back of the casino, which is on deck 7. And boy, is it a big casino. I will tell you one thing about the restrooms up here. The ones on the right, avoid. They're the complicated ones. The ones on the left, we're heading to right now, down that end, much better. There's a suit guy tip. Use these ones rather than the other ones, straight ahead there. But now we're going to come into the casino. This is just the beginning, people. If you like to gamble, you are in heaven. "6:30 in the morning and people are already on the machines." Woo-hoo! There's more down there. We're going to cut back down here. And there is the casino bar on the left. I'm just going to walk back down this end because I want to show you where the main casino desk is. It's at the end of here on the left. So again, we kind of double back. If you kept going, you're back in the main theater again. So that's the casino desk right there. We're going to come back out. And this will give you an impression of just how big this casino is. Same as the Mardi Gras, but just enormous. When we were on, somebody won $200,000 on a poker machine. Bet they weren't happy about that. That's the desk for the, this was a premier cruise, I think. They bring out Ultra Desk right there. Here are some of the tables. More machines on the left. More tables on the right. And again, people playing on the machines at 6:30 in the morning. Hey, I guess they do in Vegas, right? And I guess it's clearer. There's not so much smoke, so maybe that's why. There are more machines further down there. It's kind of a non-smoking area straight ahead down there as well, I believe. But I think I showed you enough of a casino, right? Nice chair for a picture op. And now we're coming back out. We're still on deck 7. We are looking down over center stage from deck 7. And there's a big row of balcony seats you can get there. And there's the sound stage, soundboard area, as it were. I'm just going to walk back down here, then double back just to show you some more of the seating areas. There's another bar on the left we just saw, and there's some more seats. I was going to take you down the front and give you a quick look around. You'll see the screens there ready at night. They truly look stunning when they got all the visuals up there on the LED screens. But that's the deck 6 area down there. So we're just going to double back. The casino is on your right. If you went through those doors, you'd be back in the casino, but we're going to keep going down deck 7. There's the stadium seating again, leading up to deck 8. But we're going to keep going down here, like I said. And we're going to hang a left, and we'll see some more shops. On the right-hand side here is where they put they do the $10 t-shirt specials and all that good stuff. They do them against that wall there. There's the liquor store, which on the Mardi Gras, if I remember correctly, was by the Pig and Anchor. But now it is there. They have the regular Carnival store where that was on the Mardi Gras. Here we are leading up to the Alchemy Bar, right there. We're going to turn right, though, before we get there, and we're going to show you in the Limelight Lounge. This is where they do the nightclub and also where they do the PG comedy. So the Punchliner Comedy Club is all the adult comedy. The PG comedy is in here, and the left show is going on at the same time, pretty much. There's the bar on the left, and there are all your seats. Sound booth in the far corner. And again, this is also the nightclub. So we'll come back out of there, and we're going to hang a right, and you'll see the Alchemy Bar. One of the most popular bars on board. And we're right above the Latitudes bar down there. Plenty of seating. Here you go, there's the Alchemy Bar. Continuing to the back of deck 7 now. We're now above Emerills on deck 6. But these are the some more overflow seating. And coming up on the right, we're going to see the Steakhouse. Steakhouse bar right there. And we're going to come down here and go inside and show you. So again, this is the Steakhouse. The one restaurant I think that we did not eat in. Just didn't have time. So we're almost done with deck 7, and then we're going to head up obviously to deck 8. There's one of the Pixel Studios, the Dream Studios, where you can go and get your private photographer. Now we're going to go into the top level of the Festivale Restaurant. Again, this is the Your Time dining. So just 3 times the size of the early and late dining area, the Carnival, I reckon. Just an estimation on my behalf, but what do I know? But again, yeah, this is the top level of Festivale. I think on a formal night one time there was like an 80-minute wait, but most of the week there's a less than 10 to 15-minute wait to get served on the Your Time. Because again, a lot of people are using the other restaurants. So that pretty much finishes our deck 7. We did that quicker than deck 6. Only 7 minutes to do deck 7. Maybe there's a little bit less to show you. I don't know. Deck 8's going to change all that, don't you worry. So we're going to go up to deck 8. And here we are, deck 8. So we're going to come down here. Again, we are still at the back of deck 8. We're going to go to what they call Summer Landing, which is right by the Pig and Anchor. So we're going to come in here. That's where they do the brewery. That's the actual brewery. They do brewery tours and everything in there. On the left here, we have the Heroes Bar. What's really cool is if you come on these ships in football season, all the games will be on the screen. So it'll be packed in here. And this is the Pig and Anchor Bar. Right there. Great food in here. We ate in here one night. It was really good. They do breakfast in there as well. And there's where you get all your food. This was the breakfast buffet just beginning. Before the onslaught. This is where the band plays, right there. And they'll do some trivia and stuff in here as well. So it's a nice big open bar. Like I said, really good for the football. On the right-hand side here, we have some games. There's some foosball, shuffleboard. And restrooms on the right by those red doors. And we're coming out here to the patio. As you see, it was a beautiful day. There's a hot tub. Up here, there's a bar called the Watering Hole. Right there. It'd be way too long if I walked around every one of these decks. So we're just going to show you the main attractions, as it were, the things you need to know. 2 big hot tubs to start you off. Plenty of chairs and stuff here. And there's one big pool. Right there. We're now directly behind the Pig and Anchor. Yeah, this area is called Summer Landing. A little bit choppy at sea, huh? Look at that water. More seats. And then as we come around the back here, you're going to see the Pig and Anchor outside area where they do the lunch. Did not come here during the cruise, just so much, not enough time to do it all. But this is the main Pig and Anchor area for the lunch buffet. Right there, an extra seating going down. There's your menu. Well, we're going to come back around and continue our tour to the front of deck 8. So we're going to come back into the Pig and Anchor. Again, on the right side there is the Heroes Bar. On the left is the Pig and Anchor. And we're going to make our way down here. On the right-hand side is the liquor store. Sorry, was the liquor store in the Mardi Gras. Now it is the Carnival store. You can get all your good stuff in there. Carnival logo stuff. On the right-hand side here, this is guest services. There's your Diamond, Platinum, and Suite guests. And soon to be faster to the fun, I guess. And then here is blue, red, and gold entrance there. There's guest services. Nice quiet time for them right now, huh? On the right-hand side here, we have Carnival Adventures, where you can get all your shore excursions, but you can also do those on the hub, don't forget. And there's another ATM and change machine / check your account machine. And here is Rudis Seagrill, maybe my favorite restaurant on board. We definitely went here. I recommend the halibut. What can I say? It's awesome. They have an indoor and an outdoor section. Be a little bit wary of the outdoor section because at night it can get windy at sea and it can get a bit chilly and a bit blowy on the tables. We were there one time on the Mardi Gras. I remember the cloths were flowing everywhere. So I do recommend, if you can, to sit inside. As glorious as it may look outside, probably better inside. So that is Rudis Seagrill. Again, these aren't free restaurants, they're paid restaurants, but I think for the price you pay and what you get is pretty awesome. So we'll come back out of here. Pretty cool decor everywhere. There's your Chilean tropical. They had some Christmas flamingos that made Julie happy because we had a Christmas flamingo suit. Anyway, there's the deli. And this is Miami Slice on the left. This is the pizza bar. I cannot begin to tell you how crowded that was at night. There's an outside section as well. So many people at this thing at night. 20, 30 people all the time in line waiting to get pizza. Every night, no matter what. Very popular area, Miami Slice. This is the Cucina Del Capitano. And on the opposite side there is the 820 bar. Bars and restaurants everywhere. We're in 820 Biscayne. But this is Cucina Del Capitano, where you get your meals for free. I'm going to take you inside and show you. It's a huge restaurant. We did not go in here. Primary reason was they have these on all the ships, and we really wanted to try restaurants that aren't on the other ships. So you can get this on a lot of ships. But we did go in here once in the Mardi Gras. It was good, and it's free. Whereas on most of the other ships, or all the other ships, it is not free. Except at lunchtime, of course. But there is an outdoor section here too, but this is the main indoor section. And as you can see, a nice large restaurant. This and Chibang, which we'll show you shortly, they're just overflow restaurants because there's not enough room for all the passengers to fit them in the two main dining rooms. So they needed an overflow. That's why they do this. And I doubt they'll ever change it because there just isn't room to. So that's Cucina del Capitano. Now we're almost midship on deck 8, but we're going to keep going down towards the front. Cool decor everywhere. 820 Biscayne. And we're in the Pixels area now. Moving on down here. We're getting towards the front of deck 8 where the Havana area is. Maybe I'll give you a sneak peek of that. I don't know yet. Maybe I will. Depends what sort of mood I'm in when I get there. But we're just finishing up here with Pixels. This is the, how do I describe this? Effie, is that higher end? I don't know. I don't go in the shops. But there's one more look down at center stage from deck 8. Not so many seats, but enough. And now this is the sushi, bonsai sushi, open till midnight every night. We did eat in here one night. It was amazing, as it always is. And bonsai sushi is right next to the teppanyaki. which is always packed. If you want to do the teppanyaki, I strongly recommend you book it before the cruise. Rarely are there seats available apart from lunchtime, because they do this in the afternoon, it's so popular. But there's 3 tables in there. 1, 2, 3. And always, always, always full. Definitely recommend you book that in advance if you want to do it, especially if you've got more than a couple of people. A couple of tables outside, looking back down over center stage area one last time, down to deck 6, all the way down there. But you can see from up here, I can't begin to explain how cool those screens look at night, but I deliberately didn't show it in this video because I want you to be surprised when you get there. One more dream studio there on the right. Come around this corner, straight ahead there is the Havana Bar. So we'll pop in here and show you real quick. There's buttons to open these automatic doors if you're wondering why I'm leering to the right. I'm not drunk. It's too early in the morning for that. Maybe I was hungover from the last night, but I wasn't drunk yet. But this is the Havana Bar. Do a lot of trivia in here. They did the karaoke in here, Latin band at night in here. And this is one bar that never gets too busy. So if you want to get away from it all, well, unless there's a band on and all that good stuff. And there's the Havana experience. Wristbands required beyond this point. I was in the Havana area this week, so if I do decide to show you a video in a second, it was legit. I was allowed in there. Restroom straight ahead there. And we're going to come up here to Chibang. This is your last restaurant between deck 6, 7, and 8. Obviously, there's a lot more up on Lido, which I'll show you shortly. But this is Chibang. I'm going to come in here and show you around. Initially on the Mardi Gras, this was supposed to be Gigi's, and then they switched it to Chibang. I was very upset at first, but I've got to say, the food was really, really good this week. I definitely get the Asian side over the Mexican side, but that's just me. But it was packed every night, and we really enjoyed our time in there. I thought the food was really good, and it's free. And if that was a pay restaurant, it's too big. So that's why Gigi's could never probably have worked in there. So that is pretty much going to conclude your main tour of Deck 8. Although, shall I? Okay, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the Havana area so you can get an impression of what it looks like. I'll also put a lot of these up as separate videos too, but we are now entering the Havana area. This is the back of the bar we just went into. So, let's go inside, shall we? All right, we are now coming into the Havana area. And this is behind the main bar. This is kind of the private bar, as it were, for the Havana guests right here. If you've been on the Vista class ships, you're going to notice how different this is. And to most people, not in a good way. But to each their own. There's where you get your towels. And this is the one pool that you get. I'm going to be honest, I didn't go in it, but I've never been in a pool on a cruise in all my cruises. So you're not going to get me in one now. But I never saw many people in there. But that is the Havana pool. I'll leave that one there. Looking back, there's your whole Havana deck coming up. So there's plenty of seats there. Again, this side is for Havana guests only. I think as an adult, you need to be 12 and over to stay in the Havana area. So fairly quiet area out here. Unless the Latin band is playing, of course. So we're going to come down here. And then this gate up ahead is where you would go through to get to the guest areas. So these are all the rooms. Makes me feel like the British seaside. So these are all the Havana cabanas, and they got the beds in front, some beds in front. You'll see these ones at the back, they have steps going up to them, and then when you get closer to the front, they don't. One thing I will tell you, people can walk up and down here. Make sure your curtains are closed. That's all I'll say. So you see the numbers on the sides as you go down. Some of these are suites as well, or larger cabins. But most of these are just regular Havana cabanas. Sometimes you'll see a larger balcony, and you'll know that's more likely a suite. And there is also at the very end, you'll see some more extended balconies and suites, so I'll show you in a second. Now, for example, this one here looks like it is a suite, and this one a regular balcony. You know why I know these ones are regular balconies? Because we're getting close to where our room was. We are in 8223, so we're the very far end one, the same one we had on Mardi Gras. So I'm going to show you that balcony when we get there, because I was not worried about anybody coming out because I knew Julie was sleeping. So this one was ours. So you get the swing, the sunbed, and the regular chair and a little table there. That's the back of our cabin. Keep those curtains drawn. That's what I'm saying. And we're going to go around the front of the ship now. And there is one thing I need to make you very aware of when you get around to the front of the ship. Yes, these are nicer cabins. Yes, these are nicer balconies. But also, the view isn't great. And on deck 7, down below, is the crew area. So this is actually a suite. See by the size of that balcony? Nice balcony. These are the extended ones. But if you pan around, as I'll do in a second, you'll see that you don't necessarily have the greatest view. That's your view. And if you look down, that's the crew area. So you can get a lot of smoke coming up. Nothing against the crew. Love the crew. But I'm just making a statement. So that's the front of the Havana area on Celebration. And then we're just going to walk you down the other side, which is basically the same as the opposite side. But there's no bar on this side. So the other side was the odd numbers. This side is the even numbers. And again, you'll see some of them have stairs, some of them do not. I don't know if that makes a difference. A little bit more privacy maybe with the stairs, but these ones at the back, or the front rather, of the ship, the very front, don't have the stairs. Same exact balconies with the little rocking chair, as it were, and a couple of beds, some bed and a chair. And then as you get closer to the main area of the Havana, you'll see the stairs start to come in. Some with one step, some with two. And then you'll notice also that the ones at the back, because it's not so wide, they do not get the extra bed in front. But honestly, I never saw anybody in these beds not one time during the whole cruise. And no, regular people, they are for that room. Could you imagine if somebody just came and sat there that was in a different cabin? So this is going to pretty much conclude your walk around Havana. I'll be honest, a lot of people are like, does a lot of people just come up there and walk around? Yeah, there's a few people that come up and walk around, and looking back down there, you see the numbers on the poles. There are a few people that come and walk around out of curiosity, and there's nothing really to stop them doing it, but they just walk around and they're gone. That's why you need to keep those curtains closed. But not very often. I see maybe a couple of people a day doing it, 2 or 3 people. That's all I ever saw. We're in port. There's a couple of ships. There's an MSC, and I think that was a Regent. So that's the Havana area. And after this, we're going to take you up to deck 16. So it's all cabins between 9 and 15. They're all cabins, no deck 13, of course. And that's the way down to all the cabins down there. But I'm not going to walk you all through those. These are the cabin doors. Pretty different artwork on the doors here, but pretty cool. But that's your Havana area. Now, let's go up to deck 16. Again, we're at the back of deck 16 now. There is Shaqs Big Chicken on the left and the Tides Bar over on the right. So Shaqs Big Chicken obviously is a big pull. Kind of didn't go too close up to the Tides Bar, but trust me, it's on the right-hand side there. But there's your condiment area and drinks over there. But that is where Shaqs Big Chicken is, always popular. Now we're going to come into the main Lido marketplace area. And we're going to walk you through here. A lot of chairs and seats. I do get the impression that it's not quite enough. It's always very busy in here. Always very busy. But different times of the day, different things. This is always the buffet. And it's basically a repeat on both sides. They have the Sea Dogs, which has all the hot dogs and stuff. They have the gelato in here. You know, they'll do all the different stuff. But I was here before the buffet opened because, again, I was a trooper getting up early for you. So I got as clean of a video as I could get. There's a beer station. Drink station. No, that beer is not free, by the way. more seats. So basically, we're going to repeat what we just showed you again further down. So I'm not sure there's as much space up here as there is on a typical Lido marketplace area on a smaller ship. Or maybe it's about the same, actually. There was always long lines when this got going. But a lot of seating. But I just don't get the feel that there was as much maybe space for serving food as there should be. I don't know if you get that same impression. I honestly didn't eat up here, so it's hard for me to say. But we're going to go down here. And this is basically just a duplicate of what I walked you down before with the sea dogs and everything. So everything's twice. There's your sea dogs. But lots of seating, as you can see. But again, it was always full. Always full. Now we're going to come out onto the main deck of 16, where the Lido area is, and the pool and all that good stuff. And how lucky were you for this video? There's the Red Frog pub. It was Towel Animal Day. Woo woo! Imagine the time they spend putting these towel animals together. Only for you people to come and destroy them. Dum 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 dum. So there's all your towel animals out. That was a Red Frog pub. It's on deck 16 and 17. They only have the Red Frog on this ship. Not the Blue Iguana Cantina, but they do have the Blue Iguana food. Cantina, yeah. What am I talking about? No Blue Iguana bar. But this is the burritos, Blue Iguana, tacos, and all that good stuff. Right there. Now, one very interesting part of this ship that they don't have on other ships. Oh, big crocodile towel animal. Look at that. They have this thing called street eats that we're coming up to now. First, though, we're going to see the seafood shack. That's right there. And then we have street eats. They're like little, there's a fries, there's a steam dream where they do like dim sum and stuff like that. And then there's a sizzle. So they do little bite-sized snacks, different menus every day. Definitely worth trying that out if you're feeling a little bit peckish. Street eats. Again, deck 16. Just by the main pool. Try it out. Almost like tapas, if you like, size-wise. So let's look back on the pool. And there's the main screen. And all your lovely little towel animals. But now we're going to go up to deck 17. That's pretty much most of what you've got on deck 16 there. Terrible edit there, but whatever. No comments on the peanut gallery. So we're walking up to deck 17. A lot of stuff still to see. Hang in there, people. Hang in there. We're at 40 minutes almost, but we can do it. So we're walking down deck 17 here. We're going to hang a right when we get to that white gate part. We're going to show you some more stuff. We're going to loop around, take you up under 18, and then do the same at the front. So this is where the DJ and the steel drummer and all that good stuff will happen right there in that area. And then here is the upper level of the Red Frog. This is where I hung out most of the time, mainly because I knew most of the bartenders. But it's a little bit quieter up here than it is down on deck 16. And again, on Mardi Gras, I could never get a seat on this ship. I got a seat every day. No problem. But that's the Red Frog upper level. Continuing down deck 17, we are going to hit Guy's Burgers. Not the easiest one to find. It might take you a little while to find it, but it's down here. Quick detour right before we get to it, though, because I want to show you something else. Because down here and through these doors, for the youth, we have Circle C on the right, And we have the Warehouse Arcade on the left. So that's on deck 17 behind the main Red Frog Bar. And behind, from this angle, Guy's Burgers. So here's Guy's Burgers. And also, there's the O2 Club. So we're just going to continue down deck 17 here. Beautiful day, as you can see. And this was early in the morning. It was going to be a scorcher. We had really good weather all week, apart from the last day. Then it was bitterly cold and wet and miserable. But the rest of the week was amazing. This is the outside area of the O2 Club. So not for you adults, not for you. Just going to keep walking down here. Chairs all over the place, plenty of places to sit. I didn't really walk around here during the day to see how crowded this was, but I'm sure that some of these chairs and seats that look more comfortable, like ones like this, and they're in the shade, were very popular because we did have some really hot days on this cruise. And these ones here are completely exposed, so I'd imagine they were quite hot. We're now at the back of deck 17. Just show you looking back down there now again. That's the summer landing area. Not the summer landing. What am I talking about? I'm an idiot. That's the back of deck 16. Where Shaqs Big Chicken is. Ignore what I just said, everybody. It's been a long video. This is hard. I'm trying to do it in one go. I'm allowed one mistake. That was not summer landing. This is one of the smoking areas. As you can see, probably by the number of people that are up early, smoking a cigarette, having a cup of coffee, no doubt. Giving me the glare of death as I walk through. And we're just going to continue walking all the way up here. If you wonder what these dividers are, they are wind dividers to stop the wind at night, because it can get windy. Surprise, surprise. Well, we're just going to keep walking back up. Now we're going back towards the front. Hang in there, we still got a lot to show you. You've come this far. You can keep doing it. We haven't even shown you Bolt yet, or Serenity, or Loft 19. And yes, I did get into Loft 19 and got video of the whole thing. If you don't know what Loft 19 is, you'll find out if you stick with the video. But it is the private cabana area. $500 a pop, so you probably won't go. I know I wouldn't. But I'm going to show you it. Anyway, right now we're going to go up to deck 18. It's kind of like a lot of ships. You do 17 and 18 at the front, and there's a gap in the middle, and then you do 17 and 18 at the front. So this is Sports Square. We have a ping pong, cornhole. There was a basketball court right there, and this is the jogging track we are on right now. I'm going to pretend I'm running, but I certainly wasn't. We're behind the main screen right now. Pretty cool thing. If you look there, they've got like a little sign saying what's where. Bowl, ropes course, sports court, waterworks, mini golf. But we're going to walk you around it. Just to give you an idea, I think it was 7 laps was a mile. I remember reading that. That's the pathway up to the ropes course, which no, you will never get me on. And that's the back of the basketball court, more visible. Pretty intimidating up there, if you ask me. Especially the part where you go over the edge of the ship. A lot of eggshell seats, or clamshell seats, whatever they want to call them, not eggshell. I'm having a bad moment, aren't I? Comments could crush me right now, but at least I'm catching my mistakes. This is the start of Bolt, not where you go into it, but where it would actually start coming up. You see one of the bolts right there. Obviously, they hadn't started running yet. It was too early in the morning. The sun is coming up. But you can see the boat course above you and the Waterworks coming up on the left. And there's the miniature golf. There's your funnel. Look at that. Isn't that impressive? And there's the boat in its glory. And again, I'm going to be honest, didn't see the boat running all week. Didn't come back here during the day. Did spend maybe a little bit too much time at the Red Frog. And there's your Waterworks. Pretty cool. The kids have a good time. Look at those people running. What are you doing? You're on a cruise. And coming up here on the left is the main entrance to boat. There's a good picture opportunity. That's as close as I've ever got to riding boat, sitting on that thing. And there's your stairs to go up. More clamshells. Again, I don't know how popular these got. I wonder how many people slept in them overnight. Interesting thought. One day I'm going to walk around at like 2 a.m, just see how many people are crashed up there. We're continuing around the jogging track. Again, 7 times around is a mile, to give you an impression. We're back to the other side of the ropes course. I don't know if you can believe this, but we're actually getting there, people. I'm going to come back down to 17. We're going to walk across. I'm going to show you the Serenity and then Loft 19. And then we will be done with your tour of Carnival Celebration. So again, we're on deck 17. This is where I started my tour. We kind of looped around up to the front, and now we're going back to the back. Plenty of seats, as you'll see up on this deck. Plenty of room. And into Serenity area. Now, I'm not sure officially if Serenity starts at the top of these stairs. I believe it does. But that's kind of a misleading sign in a way, because there's another sign further down that says Serenity. So I'm not sure if this is physically part of Serenity. I should have asked. If anybody knows, please put it in the comments. Is this front part of Serenity? That sign leading up the stairs would indicate it was, wouldn't it? But then there's another big sign here with like an official entrance. So I'm not 100% sure. You may have gathered by that statement, I didn't spend any time up here. I don't sit around on a cruise ship. I'm too busy doing stuff. Making videos for you and drinking at the Red Frog. Anyway, there's a hot tub immediately as you come in. This is officially definitely Serenity. So a nice large area, the adult-only area on the ship. Plenty of these beds here. One thing I was quite pleased to see, not too many people have come up and laid claim to them with their towels that they would come back 5 hours later. Maybe it was a nice people on this cruise. Nice group. On the left, we'll come back to it, is a little pool and the bar, but we'll show you that on the opposite side, right in there. But we'll come back around to that. You're just going to walk and wrap yourself all the way around now. Quite a large Serenity area, as you will see. Even bigger than the Sunshine. Which it should be, or there's somebody sleeping. Or they're just up early to watch the sunrise. Beautiful day, as you can see. Few more people. Early risers. I'm going to admit, this was the only day I was up early. Coming back around here. More beds. It is a really large Serenity area, isn't it? Very large. And then we're just going to pop in here and I'll show you the pool real quick. There's the Serenity pool and the bar straight ahead, and there's a salad bar on the right there. Salad bar you can get, very popular. A lot of people say they should have more, but there's your salad bar. So continuing on, and then we have one more thing to show you, and then we're done. You've done well. Don't give up now, because I'm about to show you Loft 19. It's like the first class area on a plane, on a cruise ship. Like I said, I believe it's about $500 a day for these cabanas. There you go, Loft 19. So we're coming up here. And there's your main entrance. Call attendant, not if you're a rebel. And it was so early in the morning, nobody was around, so I just went in. I don't care. Shoot me. Did this for the people. So here is Loft 19. Now, I believe if you're in any of the Excel suites, that you can use any of these seats on the outside, but you have to pay for the cabanas. We're now above the area where the Serenity had the bar and the pool. There's a hot tubs at the top there, as you'll see. A couple more cabanas. Right there. Imagine this is a fairly quiet area during the day. I tried coming up here one day in the middle of the day, and they wouldn't let me in because there were guests there. So I tried. So I came back this morning to get the whole thing. But again, this is Loft 19. Exclusive area on Carnival Celebration. A few more cabanas right there. And we're going to come back to the end of Loft 19, and then we will complete our lovely little tour of Carnival Celebration. There were those hot tubs I showed you when we came in. A couple of them right there. And another cabana. Shower. Nice big shower there, huh? More beds. And again, put it in the comments if I'm wrong, but as I understand it, if you are in one of the Excel suites, you have access to this area, but only the beds, not the cabanas. You have to pay for the cabanas no matter what cabin you are in. Even the presidential suite, I believe, has to pay for the cabanas. I'm not sure if they get reduced rate. If you know, put it in the notes. I don't know everything. You can help me. All right, so that completes our little tour of Loft 19, everybody. We've done a big circle. It's a large area, considering there's very few people ever up there. But they kept it the same as it was on Mardi Gras. And we're back to the main entrance again. So we're going to come out of Loft 19 and finish our tour. Hope that was helpful. And I am about to go back to bed. Well, was. One more hot tub there. We're back in Serenity now. So we're just going to go back to the front of Serenity and we'll call it a wrap. And by the way, if at any point during this video I got my front from my back wrong, I have the worst sense of direction in the world. So my apologies, but that was just at the front, and now we are heading to the midship. Julie's always picking me up on my sense of direction being awful. So that concludes my little tour of Carnival Celebration. I hope you found it helpful and interesting. And if you're still here, God bless you. I will hand you back to me. There you go, Carnival Celebration. Beautiful ship, great crew, great cruise. I really have no complaints about it. You know, for some people, they'll say it's a bit too big. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's growing on me. I love the restaurant choices. I just enjoyed the entire cruise, I'm not going to lie. So I'm looking forward to the Jubilee, even though I was on the inaugural transatlantic and US and they got cancelled. But we'll leave that one alone for now. So hope you enjoyed that. And as I always like to do, I want to see if anybody actually stayed the whole 54 minutes of that video. I always have a little question for you at the end of that video. Today's question is simply this. What is my name? Nah, that's too simple. That's too simple. What is your favorite color? Mine is blue. Julie's is pink. What's yours? Always a little test in there when you have these long ones. Anyways, if you enjoyed that video, I've got many other ship tours are already up and there's more coming. We're going on the Conquest soon. I'll be adding the Horizon soon and the Magic. All coming up fairly soon. And with that, I will ask you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Send me any questions. My email is coming up at the end of this. And if you have any tips or cruise traditions, please send them to me. I do a weekly tips video and I need tips I learn myself. So send me your tips at the email coming up in a second. And with that, I will bid you adieu, cruising world. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, mick@elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.